All right, Shalom. This is Brother Daniela coming again with another lesson. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahawah, by Hashem Yahawashi, by Hashem Rachaa Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect brethren, teaching and pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. All right, so this is just going to be a lesson on, of course, the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right. I don't know what I'm gonna title this lesson, but really the inspiration for this is I have a family member who just recently took a vacation to Europe, and he took a vacation to Finland. So he when he came back, he told me about his experience in Finland. But on the way, while he was there, they took a train and they spent the day, or I don't know how they got there, but they spent the day in Sweden. Okay, and let me just look it up just to see. Let's see here, a map of Europe to see how close this is. Just curious. It's like, I believe, I think he said they took a train. But let's see here. France, Spain, Portugal. Okay, Sweden, Norway, Finland. Okay, right up here. Right up here in the northeastern part of Europe. You have here in the green Finland. All right, right next to it is Sweden, and right next to it is Norway. So he actually took a trip to Sweden. You know, it only took about a day for him to, you know, I guess where they were staying, it wasn't too far. So he went to Sweden, and then they took a trip to Norway also. So while they were in Sweden, well, when he said he took a trip to Sweden, I asked him the question, well, did you experience any, basically asking on the money transaction, did you experience, you know, the digital society? I said something to that effect. And he said, yeah, basically he said yes. He was saying, he said, all I could remember is that we were the only ones who were using cash. Everybody else were using credit cards, right? So I even go on a little further to talk about, you know, how Sweden is becoming a digital. They're moving to digital currency, you know. How they use radio frequency microchips to store their money and their information. I didn't really go into no scriptural stuff, but I just made that fact. But you know, that just goes to show you, just from him having that experience and him saying that everybody else except for him and his family, okay, were using digital currency via credit card. I don't know if he experienced anyone using the microchips, but via credit card and digital apps. So I have an article that I want to get into, right? But and then of course get into the scriptures also. So that being said, let me go back here. If I find an article, I just like to save it. So this article is called, this article is from sweetsweden.com. And All right, it says here, it says visiting Sweden, cash or credit card, how to pay and exchange money, right? So it says when planning your visit to Stockholm, which is the capital of Sweden, as we saw on the map, Gothenburg, Malmo, Lapland, or any other destination in Sweden, it is important to know some things related to money exchange and how payments work in the country, right? Because most of the society in Sweden is digital. By doing so, you can achieve a better deal and get some Swedish crowns for your euros, dollars, and or pounds. In this article, I'll write about where to exchange money and the convenience of doing so. Right here we have the heading. It says paying in cash in Sweden. In Sweden, cash is used in Sweden, but a lot less than other countries in Europe like Spain and Germany. Some places are starting to call themselves cash free and do not accept cash payments at all, right? So, I didn't ask anything further about his experience, if he was able to even pay with cash or if he had to use his credit card, right? But yeah, some places in Sweden, as I said, you can't use cash at all. So it's making it the society in Sweden is making it is starting to make it an inconvenience. Let me say, for lack of a better wording, an inconvenience to use to use cash in the society. So making it an inconvenience to buy or sell using cash, right? And it's going to go into it. Let me see here. It says, this, for instance, the case with public transportation in Stockholm and Gothenburg. In Sweden, buses are cash free and you cannot buy a metro ticket with cash either, right? So cash is going out of style. It says souvenirs shops and other stores can reject cash payments, and even some churches and sellers at the street markets prefer payments by credit card or by sending money to a mobile phone number, right? There's a viral app for that called Swish that a lot of Swedes use. They even created a verb for paying with at Swisha, right? So now they have apps, and that's the same that they have here in America. They have Google Pay, right, which is digital currency if you have a credit card or you have a PayPal account. Google Pay, PayPal, Cash App, and they also have Acorn, Bitcoin. All these different digital currencies is ushering in that RFID microchip. All right, it's ushering in that RFID microchip, so that you won't be able to buy or sell anything unless you have that chip. And here in Sweden, they're making it hard for you to buy or sell anything unless you have a credit card, right? But getting that chip is gonna go one. It's gonna go one step further, right? Then credit cards are gonna go out of style. So let me get the scripture that we always get. Let me see here. Of course, we're gonna get Revelations chapter 13. Let me see. Revelations 13. All right. It says, Revelations chapter 13 and 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Right? So that mark, you go into it, is that charagma. Okay? Charagma, a thing carved, sculpture, graven work, idolatrous image, but a thing carved, right? So that's the chip actually being carved into your skin, and then also that's the charagma is the actual chip, and then you have the karax, a pail or a stake. That's the needle that they use to stick you with, right? Pale, that's where you get the word impale, right? To stick you with a sharp instrument, right? That's that needle, all right? That they stick you with, all right? That's the karax, right? Just as it says a pale or stake, a palisade, a rampart, pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers and heap are packed together. That's almost going into like a fence. But yeah, a palisade. You look up the word palisade, it goes back to a sharp instrument, right? That's where you get the word impale. All right. Right. So that mark is a physical mark, the RFID microchip. All right. And I'm gonna go to verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark. Just as I said, here in Sweden, no man is able to buy. They're making it hard for anybody to buy or sell unless you have a digital currency, like they said, the app Swish or a credit card, right? And then soon they're going to do away with that, because really in your credit card, and I think I showed this before, I don't have my wallet, but really in your credit card is a chip, right? You walk into the store, they ask you, hey, do you have the chip? You know, or you would ask them, oh, do you guys take chip? Right? And then you just insert it, and then they read the chip. Right? But but soon they're gonna force everyone to take that chip, just as we're reading in the 16th verse. Right? Verse 17 again, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. It says, here is wisdom, let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man, and his number is 666. All right. And let me see here. Which goes into Chi, Psi, stigma. All right, 666, meaning your Chi, Psi, and stigma. And when you go into that word stigma, the word stigma in the Greek, it literally means to stick. Here, we can look that up real quick. Let me see here. Stigma. Oh, right there. All right, and Google brought it up. All right, stigma. It says Greek stigma, a mark made by a pointed instrument, a dot. Ooh, a mark made by a pointed instrument, right? That karax, that pale. Right there it is. right? Late 16th century, denoting a mark made by pricking, right? Or sticking. That's where you get the word stigma, right? Pricking or branding via Latin from Greek stigma, a mark made by a pointed instrument, right? Related to stick, right? Like when you go to I don't go to hospitals anymore, really. Unless it's something super serious, like broke my ankle or whatever. But when you go when you go into a hospital and they try to give you a shot, they'll stick you with a needle, right? All right, with that pointed instrument. They'll stick you with a needle, right? But that's boom, right there. It's plain. A mark made by a pointed instrument, a dot. Ooh. All right. Let me go back here. But yeah, it's you know, whenever I have family members go to different places in the world that I haven't been before, I ask them about it. And this, I guess through the spirit, this was no coincidence that my uncle went to Finland and then went to Sweden, so that I can actually, be inspired to do this video. So Barak atha Yahawah by Yahawashi. All right, stigma. Let me see if there's any more on this article I can get. Right, it says paying by card in Sweden. Okay, yeah, okay, yep. It says my personal guess is that in Sweden you'll be able to pay by credit card roughly at 99% of all the stores, restaurants, etc. And by that I mean paying whatever amount you want without needing to reach a minimum payment. That is also a big difference with Spain. Sometimes, let me see. Oh, that may be it for the article. If you brothers want to know more, you can just go read it. This is from Sweet Sweden, visiting Sweden, cash or credit card, how to pay and exchange money. All right, so in Sweden is also that's it. That's also what I wanted to get into too. Maybe in a later video, but Sweden is also in they have thousands of their population being chipped with the microchip. Being chipped, and I didn't save that article, but I'm gonna just end it there. Once again, all praises to Yahawah by Yahawashi, by Hashem, Rachaa Quadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect brethren teaching and pushing this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom.